Hi, this is János, this is Real World Audio, and it's time to share my ideas, my opinion of other people on YouTube whom you hear their voice. So what do you think of that? I mean, what do I think of that? Is it any good, any bad, or what's the matter? And one of the channels that you can have a look at on YouTube that's edifying, that's very helpful if you are into loudspeakers, loudspeaker design, is Richie's channel, GR Research. Let me just put the mouse there. So Richie, and he's GR Research, and he has this series that he's doing loudspeaker updates, crossover updates, and cabinet tweaks, etc. So people can, and he offers it as a service with his company. So you can contact him and send him your loudspeakers, and then he will upgrade the crossover for you. And he's doing these videos, and he's showing what he's doing. He does measurements before the change, measurements after the change, and he shows what parts he's using, what is the upgrade, what is the actual thing he's doing to improve the loudspeakers. And this video that he just posted a few days ago is called "Why Upgrade When I Can Buy a Better Speaker?" Right? Why on earth you should pay money to Richie or anyone else for that matter, or maybe even if you do it yourself, why you should pay money for crossover upgrade when you can toss your speakers to the curb to make the landfill even bigger in your neighborhood, and just spend like half a year's saved money on a new set of speakers instead of feeding your kids, right? When we put it this way, it's really a no-brainer. So there's obviously, if cost saving or keeping the landfill down, like keeping a reasonable size of ecological footprint on this planet is anywhere on your radar, then it's a no-brainer why you could think about upgrading your loudspeaker crossovers. But as someone who is not Richie, because he's a loudspeaker builder, loudspeaker manufacturer, loudspeaker designer, and I don't have a company, so I don't make any kind of products yet. But I do have the experience that someone has who has had like decades worth of loudspeaker design and building experience under his belt. So for me and Danny, this is we have a very different outlook on this whole issue than you might have, who only had the experience that you had a loudspeaker like 30 years ago, a Bauer Wilkins DM305, and then you upgraded it to a Focal, and so much better, and then maybe upgraded it afterwards to a Wilson Audio, and wow, this is like crazy good. And that is something that is in the general knowledge of audiophiles, that if you want to get from one level to the next level, then you just ditch your speakers and get one level higher, get one level better. And yes, it is doable, it can be done like that. And that's why almost all of the audiophiles go that route. Or I would say maybe like 95% of audiophiles. When you are bored with your speakers, or you feel that you have outgrown them, you sell them, or at least you hope to sell them, and get new speakers. In the era of audio stores, people traded in their old speakers, and as my mentor, he had an audio store. I saw it that unfortunately a lot of traded in speakers never found a new home, and ultimately they went into the landfill. and the amount of loudspeakers ending up in landfill, it has caused me PTSD, psychological damage. So if you as a customer, as a buyer of audio products, would be conscious, cognizant of how much of your beloved audio gear ends up in the landfill, you would go into a state of shock. I myself spent many hours weeping, tears falling from my eyes, because I've seen so much audio gear go into the landfill. Because people, they rather buy new than get something used and just tune it up. And that's where Richie comes in, Danny Richie comes in, that to breathe new life into your old speakers, the key of it, the crux, is to upgrade your crossover parts. What he's doing goes well beyond that. He's redesigning the crossover, because it is not just, it is Danny Richie's observation that a lot of companies, they just go after their own head when they optimize the crossover of their loudspeakers, and some end up really well, some end up not so well, but everyone has their idea to where they optimize their sound, their sonics. And those ideas, what kind of flavor they give to their loudspeakers, is extremely diverse and caters to extremely diverse levels of amplification. And what Danny Richie is doing, he is elevating the level of the performance of the loudspeaker, of the crossover, so that it's not matched anymore to a low level, a scavenger level, to whatever level amplifier, but to a high level amplifier. And depending on how extreme you want to go with your crossover and loudspeaker build, he can set the bar from you from high to extremely high. So that's my opinion of what Danny Richie is doing after watching quite a few of his videos, because I just, this is like a moment of inner revelation. I really enjoy watching his videos because they're really good, and what he shares is sound, and he has really hard experience beyond it, and it's beneficial to listen to him. And on my side, a lot of time it's really entertaining because I'm hearing good stuff. His channel is such that I sit down and, oh, there's a new Danny Richie video. I can listen to it without my head exploding that from the BS that I'm getting from a lot of channels. I'm not naming any other channels where I'm just, I don't even watch anymore, because it's kind of like, it's like, oh my god, this is just getting things out of context so badly that it's, these guys should maybe do something really different, but not audio. Anyway, so back to Danny Richie. His channel is usually super informative. You can learn a lot, and let's see now where my criticism just creeps in, that it's not the first time that I'm mentioning him. Going back to my channel page, this is one of my playlists, reviewing reviewers. I made this playlist last updated 2023. I think I made this playlist like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and at that time my dream was, just, every week I'm going to post something there and just, get into other people's videos and tell my, this is what János thinks, and let's hear János's voice on the matter. And I have disappointed myself, because look at that, I have just a few videos there and that's it. So there's like 2 videos about OCD Mikey. Maybe many of you know already Nick OCD Mikey and his channel. And those of you who don't, he has a very strong personality and he's a very strong straight cut idea about what he likes, what he wants, what he does, what he recommends, and he doesn't go a step left or right. That's it. That's me. That's what I think. That's what I believe in. That's what I'm telling you. And you can either, listen to me or just, don't listen to me if you are not interested. And he's not about like trying to appease people. And I think that's something that really ticks off a lot of people, because most of the audio review channels, the culture has been that you don't really know where the reviewer stands. So they just tell you, oh, there's like a really good imaging, and when I played the Thelonious Monk on this and that pressing, then I could really hear the sax in the background just do that crying piece, and it was just moved my heart or something like that. But maybe that reviewer also experienced that the drums were just so loose, the bass was so flabby, he couldn't even listen to it, but he's not going to share it because he was paid to have a great review. But I know this is a little bit of a over-the-top thing, and I'm not accusing anyone of creating false reviews, but actually, usually if there's like flabby bass in the background, they usually tell us. I don't really know of reviewers who would deliberately lie or do something like that, but you don't even know like what's going on, and there's like a lot of items missing from the picture. So the comparisons they give to you will be comparisons that will make that product stand out. And often they will not give you those comparisons which you would need to have a correct, informed idea, informed opinion, whether or not that will work for you. And when you don't know where the other person is standing, then it's really hard to give any sort of I'm not saying credit, but kind of like an instinctive trust. So if you don't know what that person likes to listen to, how his hearing is trained, what he's listening for in the music, then you don't know whether his experiences will apply for you or not. And that's where OCD Mikey rules, because he doesn't hide anything. He tells you frankly, that's where it is, that's what he wants to hear. This does it, that's shit, and you have it. So maybe you love him, you hate him, but what you get from him is his honest opinion. This one, I have no idea what this video is about. 1 year ago. And then, oh, this is really nice. I think I have an idea what this was 1 year ago. Reviewing Cube Audio Review. So there was a channel, Peter Bruner, and he was recording audio gear at shows, and then he posted the recordings, and he also shared his ideas, how he experienced the sound, and then you could listen to his sound recordings and tell for yourself how you think about it. And he consistently used the same recording gear, so that's a really nice reference how things are. And he and his wife, both of them, did a review on a Cube Audio loudspeaker, and that is really special because that's the only video I found where his wife is also included. And they shared something really special about it, and I was doing actually a two-part review about him and his wife and their experience on that loudspeaker, and I did that because I also have experience with Cube Audio, as you might know. It's like I have tons of videos on my Cube Audio FC8 driven void pipe, and sadly shortly after that Peter has passed away, so that's really, really tragic. or maybe even before that video. So that's super, super sad. And now a little bit of an intermission, and I will be back in a sec.